What is going on? What is going on? We're going to get, so I am absolutely distracted at the moment because I have my Bullish account set up to my Telegram account. And when I go online, nothing buzzes except my watch. And my watch is going off right now, saying that it is having a problem with some limit order sells because a token has turned into dog shit. So we are going to get in and see where we are at. And secret sauce for today is super simple. Aim high, work hard, and stay humble. Don't be a dick. All right? On the docket today. Now, listen, this is interesting. So I think Bullish is an amazing platform. Many people sit there. Many people sit on pump.fun. And I just wanted to throw out some statistics for people that are trying to cash in on the pump.fun meta. In the last 24 hours, there have been about 16,400 tokens launched. Of those tokens, only 175 made it to Radium. Then, only 19 of those have been able to stay above 69,000 market cap. So from launch to profitable graduation, that is 0.12% of all tokens that go through that cesspool environment. So if you have the time to watch 16,300 plus tokens go in and out, it is no different than playing the slot machine. There are better, smarter, faster ways to skin the cat, I believe. Has that ecosystem become overplayed? The bots, the farms, they are really good. They are not in it for you. It is PvP, and they can win faster than you can afford to lose, in essence. Okay, next up. NFT sales, despite decreased market participation, have gone up for a bit. We're going to see what happened. Bitcoin mining and AI are beginning to hold hands. What does this mean for the ecosystem? In short, think about this. We have two behemoths of power consumption, right? Now we're going to get together and consume the planet. What is happening? Does AVAX hit $382 by September 2025? One of the quants I follow thinks so. And a potential SEC leadership change may be coming. What are we talking about it? Well, we're going to get into it. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Sunday. It's August 11th, and it is time for some rare bits. Today, the Crypto Green and Fear Index has slid down 1 degree. We are riding in fear, coming in at a 39. We will take it. Bitcoin dominance, it's up. Ethereum dominance, it's up. Total crypto market cap, it decreased by just a touch. About what's just a touch when we talk about the decrease in the total crypto market cap? Well, we had a decrease of about $20 billion, still coming in at 2.245 trillion. Top crypto surge term is SUI. This is day 4 in a row. It is up 43% on the 7-day. These are not calls that I'm making. These are an analytic that I look at every single day. It is usually informative. That is why I share it. Some people think it's crazy. If you bought SUI 4 days ago, you'd be up 43%. Is that crazy? Before we get into more news, we are going to check some numbers for the nerds. And you know what time that is? Holy moly. It is beer horn time, and today we are sampling the Twisted X Brewing Company McConaughey's IPA, 6.5% ABV, 15 IBUs. And it hits that IPA spot that I like it to hit. We are a fan. Now, oh, no. Let's just go back to here because it's tranquil. Oh, isn't that nice? We got to get back to the real world. And this is the real world. We are looking at the heat map, and it is hot, hot, hot. Toncoin, look at the red, down over 5%. Okay, what are we coming in at? Bitcoin currently trading at $60,157. Ethereum, $2,630. Do we see it climbing to $3,000? BNB, $518. Is it going to make it back to $600? Salamis, $147. Do we hit that $150 mark? XRP, .56. Toncoin, $631. Oh my goodness. There is some interesting hubbub about Dogecoin coming in at 10 cents. $1, $2. What do you guys think is the narrative in play to make it do so? We are going to get into some contradictory opinions. Now, these are some of my calls. I am just looking at what is going on. So, you know what? On the hour, on the day, on the week. Okay, you know what? Things are nicely up on the week. Avalanche and Near Protocol are the only things that are down on the week. On the month, who is doing what? On the month, we've had a tough time. Ondo Finance, which is really interesting. It is an AI version of what is going to be happening in the DeFi future. If you will remember, I brought up a couple days ago, there are some new initiatives to bridge gaps in Bitcoin to make it more of a DeFi platform. This will enhance what Ondo Finance is doing. I don't know if news has connected yet. Toncoin, it is down 13.9% on the month. Again, I think this is a long-term narrative. We saw it drop below $6. That was a great buying opportunity when we saw it. And we are just going to keep moving forward super quick. Liquidations in DeFi, not too many in the last 24 hours, coming in at 1.4 billion. DEX volume is 3.346 billion. Now, we are going to look at top meme coins by market cap. We're going to look at price. The only thing up in the last 24 hours is Dogecoin, basically trading flat. One thing I always like to think about so there's two things that I look at. When we see these massive dips, when we see the market turn red, and everything turns red, there are going to be coins that drop a lot and coins that stay in the middle. Now, there's a theory or a thesis that a lot of people have is the coins that stay in the middle on these volatility rises and falls will be the ones that actually shoot like a star forward when the market really gets going. There's also the take that I like is that if you are in the trenches watching what is happening on the timeline, and you see a coin that is drastically down on these swings where people lose faith quickly. Why do they lose faith quickly? Because they're watching the charts and they don't know what's happening as far as community development goes, which brings up a point. Is community development for meme coins important? Is it a farce? Is it similar to many people think NFTs are a farce? Like, is it just an evolution in our journey to figure out where the meat and potatoes are? These are ebbs and flows in the market. These are ebbs and flows in our attention, in our attention, and they're ebbs and flows in liquidity, right? If we're not interested in it, there's not going to be monetary flows. So these are interesting things to watch. So we want to look at, in the last hour, what is performing interesting as far as this particular coin market cap chart. So we have Volt in U, that is new. Nero, Ethereum, this Nero is a nightmare to me. It's on every single fucking blockchain. MAGA, it is doing up. Cat with hat, what is happening? Monocoin, okay. Interesting. We are going to get, you know what? We're just going to go to it right now. Okay, so Poly Market, we're going to get into some prediction stuff in a minute, but what is happening at the moment with Poly Market as far as news goes, we have the most gold medals for the Paris Olympics, USA or China, 100% slam dunk on the USA. Ba-boom! Presidential election winner, who do we see winning? Popular vote winner, Super Bowl champions. Fucking football season just started. Holy shit, already people are betting the Cardinals and the Falcons. What do you think? It is so early to bet on this. And what is interesting, like these bets, if you place them now for the end of the NFL season, they could be super fun. You could just sprinkle a bunch of short-term light bets everywhere and see what happens. Women's basketball winner, the Electoral College margin. This stuff is interesting, and if you don't think it's interesting, I don't know what to tell you. This is another form of news. Now, I pulled up top. As far as breaking news, there's not much change. It's all going to have a political slant at the moment, and we are fine with that. But we are going to get into some of our own shit. So this morning when I put up my Substack, this is what was peaking in the absolute degenerate meme coin world. Peak Brat, Pika, Genin, Glacier Network, Decentralized Cat, Crying Cat, Four Horsemen, and Sad Bunny. Those tokens were up a minimum of 396%. So people that are in the know in this fucking cabal world, which I cannot get a key to, are doing really well. People are also losing their shit-ass family homes on things like Pitbull, 1 Year on Base, Tajutsu, Mimu, Oni Girl, Crocs in Sport, Baby Nero Coin, and Nero. Again, more testament to my claim that this Nero drama has just been horseshit. Okay, this morning I put out in my Substack today's gambles. They are Whiff and Foss, freedom of speech, and Dog with Hat. I wanted to do both sides of the curve spectrum, meaning Whiff is a nice, easy play. Just put it in your pocket. Don't worry about it. It'll go up 10, 15%, 20, 30% on days. If you want to get out, take your profits. I think it is a good long-term play. Now, Foss is a token that I got into. This is a total shitcoin. And what is interesting about this is if I did not use BullX, I would still be holding this. And when we look at the Foss chart, and the chart makes me look like a rock star. Like I would like to frame it and put it on my wall. Now, I would have never initiated any of these trades if I was watching the coin movement, right? Because the gambler, the person that wants to get super wealthy doing absolutely nothing would have been hog shit bananas to watch this movement. But before I purchase the coin, when I'm saying I put in parameters in BullX that are logical parameters to help me move forward. And we are moving forward at a slow pace, but we're going to check in. We're moving forward. And it removes my emotion from these equations. Now, on the flip side, there's something happening where one of the group chats that I'm in, there was a coin that was talked about. We all aped into it. And as soon as we did, it dropped. It dropped beyond my sell limit. And my position, I liquidated. I was like, I'm out. It continued to drop. Everybody's shit talking in the Telegram. And now it's going back up. So we are going to see, has it, let's do that now. Before we get back to this. Okay. So, all right. So sentiment is up on this. Okay. So this is, we want to look at Kobe. Kobe. All right. So let's see what this is. Okay. So Kobe. It doesn't want to pull up. Let's see if we can get this to refresh. I apologize. Okay, so here's Okay, so it has gone up. So this is what we got going on. So as you can see, I kind of did this. I saw this movement here that I liked. It was going up. We were talking about it in the group chat. I jumped in and it plummeted and it went down and I got out. I took a 20% haircut on what I put in and it continued to go down, shit talking. People get back in the Telegram and they say, listen, it's running again. So it is running again. So it's up to 144,000 market cap. So what's interesting about this is where the coin plummeted here, because everybody is using robotics to help them trade. A lot of these coins will use robots, and they know if you have a 20, 25% drop in it, it's going to initiate a sell on your position. These robots will go to that 20%, 26%, 28%, whatever the fuck it is, shake you out of the tree, and then elevate the coin again. So while there's a ton of robotic manipulation, there's all kinds of shit happening. This is player versus fucking player. So we're going to continue to watch this because so far my hit rate is pretty good. Meaning when my BullX bot initiates a sell on my behalf and I'm out of the token, yes, it may go up again, but when I look back on my track record, there is no token that sustained these ups. Meaning If I was in this token, the sell order did not initiate, I would be fucking on the timeline now. I'm on fucking X saying, yo, go Kobe, go Kobe. And inevitably, I am going to round trip this token back to zero. Now, my friends that are still holding this, God love you. Like, I hope you win on it. I am out on this. I am no longer, I'm going to check in on it. You know, but I'm going to check in on it for educational purposes. I never utilize the rear view mirror when I'm trading. If I'm out of a token, I'm out. I don't look back. No remorse. That's how it is. I take my wins when I can get them, and we're going to check in on some of those things. So, yeah. So, so just to throw this out here super quick. So this particular BullX wallet, I put in 1 Solana, and we did it, I don't know, maybe 8-9 days ago. So I currently have 0.89 Solana in the wallet, and I now hold 3 positions. So I have BTW, WIF, and FOSS. I'm up $153 on FOSS. I'm up $16 on WIF, and I'm now down $6 on BTW. So this is in addition to the almost 1 SOL that I put in. So I still have 1 SOL to pick up things if I see any of these things are active, and I don't want to double down. But I am progressing, and I am going to turn 1 Solana into 100 Solana. And what's interesting also about this is when you start with 1 Solana, your plays have to be smart and nimble, and you can't see a token go and say, I'm going to bet everything and see what happens. Like I've been making small chips and bets, and as the pot gets bigger, I'm going to be able to make bigger and bigger gambles, aka yield better and better returns. So we are either going to crash and burn, or we are going to be able to pay rent. So I'm going to take you along for the journey. Okay, all right. So this makes me super happy. So I want to see Kobe go to the dirt just because I'm no longer a holder. But you can see that when I made my buy, automatically these sell orders were instituted up above. And this is how I did really well on FOSS. And I'm going to show you what FOSS is right here. So this is freedom of speech. So we are going to check in on this. So this chart makes me look like I am super smart, and I am anything but. So I got into this token. I made a couple buys here. I saw it going up. I saw it going up again. I made a buy. Here going up when I made this buy, it was the degenerate gambler, like we're going to Valhalla, and it crashed. And there was part of a sell order that was initiated off of my first buy because I was like, I'm not sure about this, but I continued to hold some. So it continued to move up. And keep in mind, only one of these 3 buys, only the first one, the highest price buy that I made was triggered. So I didn't get out of the position. So this is, and then I went to bed, and I woke up and I sold this top and this top, and I still had what's called a moon bag, a percentage left for an even bigger top. So the token dipped again, it went up again, and I sold that top right there. Like, listen, I could have never, ever done this by myself in a quadrillion years. Look at that chart. I didn't do any of that. I put in parameters, smart parameters. I hit them, and I won. Up 176% on these bets. So quit fucking sitting there looking at a terminal thinking you're going to ride shit. Like, don't round trip shit. Earn money along the way, or you're wasting your time. We're going to check in on this continually. Now, the last thing that I want to show you, which is fucking awesome about BullX. So we can see the progression of this token, right? We see down here, the dev bot. Okay, so it ran up at some point, right? So I get involved, I'm doing well. The token, to me, that's the peak of the token. To me, I don't think we see a top above this. It goes back down. We see this DB, that means the dev bot again. Now, if you are new to the game, keep things like this in mind. Like, these guys are fucking, They have robots, they're professionals. They are going to outtrade you every time if you're trying to do this on your own. This signal that the dev bought, right? If you are new to the game, people are like, holy shit, the dev bought back in. He has FOMO. It's going to Valhalla, and people will start buying in. And as that clip goes up, that same dev is going to be selling to you. And it is not an easy thing to pick up. There are tools that you need to understand to play this game, and most people don't know them. If you are trading on your phone in your fucking phantom wallet, you are losing, right? Go to BullX. It's linked up to your Telegram account. Do you know why that is amazing? Because you can open your Telegram and click a button on BullX and say, show me my positions. And instantly it shows you your ups, your downs, your wins and losses. It's fucking amazing. Then another click of the button takes you to the web portal, and trading is super easy. It's amazing. So we are going to also watch to see what happens with this token. Now, I am so happy to be out here at $2.97 million. Do we see it reclaim it? I don't think we do. So let's get back to some more news that was going around. Next up, one of the analytics that I am watching is the presidential race and the polymarket prediction as to who will be president. We saw President Trump slip down 1 degree from yesterday. The current bet is that 46% to Kamala's 51%. As to who will be in the White House. At the time of that report, Bitcoin was priced at $60,260. Now, on this day in history, 1966, Lunar Orbiter 1 launched, marking the first in a series of missions to map the moon's surface. It captured high-resolution photographs of potential Apollo landing sites. It transmitted 207 frames. It gathered crucial data. You can actually see the shadow on the moon surface here. And this is what's interesting is we have a bunch of, and I always do this on this day in history. So recently we celebrated one of the birthdays of the first moon rover landings where there was a vehicle on the moon that astronauts drove. So supposedly, and all you flat earth people, I know you're like, what's up, brother? Don't get excited. Don't get excited. Listen, supposedly there are these moon rovers still on the moon. You cannot see them with a telescope, which is a little suspect, but you can see them with satellite imagery that they let us see. I'm just throwing out some bullshit. No, it's not bullshit, but I'm just throwing out some fun scenarios to get you guys thinking. Next up, we are looking at NFT sales, and we saw an increase by about 6.29% over the last 30 days, clocking in at about $95 million, which is just a crap in the bucket compared to where we were a couple years ago. It is amazing. The biggest marketplace, do you know what it is? You're wrong. It's D-Market. And if you are not trading your skins on there as a gamer, you're missing out because you can pick up some good shit if that's your thing. So one of the biggest sales over the last 30 days was this autoglyph number 172. Do you know how much somebody paid for this? I'm going to tell you, 207,000 US dollars. Next up, this is what I was talking about at the top of the show. We have the convergence of Bitcoin mining and AI. Wait till they make these super systems that can actually run with legs. The body is a miner. The shell is a solar panel. And these things are just going to run. It's going to be amazing. They're going to be sponsored by Nike. And yeah, the world will absolutely change. But the convergence of Bitcoin and AI mining is going to be interesting. What are we looking at? We are looking at hybrid data centers, just power consumption behemoths. We're going to put them all in the same place. If you live in vicinity of these places, you will have rapid hair loss, rapid weight gain, probably worth the trade-off, right? Close to Bitcoin, lose your hair, and stay super skinny. So are these things that make sense to you? If they do, you are going to have a job helping the AI move things that they cannot move, because the AI will be hiring humans very soon. There is actually an awesome AIHelpWanted.com website where AI has put out jobs for humans to do things that they can't do because they don't have fingers. So check that website out. It is pretty interesting. Next up, one of the quants that I follow around, not follow around, that sounds like I'm stalking, and that is absolutely not what I'm doing. But I'd like to bring all of you guys information that is in alignment with my opinion and that differs from my opinion. And my goal is not to advise you on anything, but present a big scale picture, and you pick the lane that you want to be in by doing your own research. And if I can give you concise ideas on what to look into, that's my goal. So we have Alan Santana. He predicts a super bullish future for AVAX. He thinks it draws parallels to the Bitcoin chart. I love people, you know, just laying charts over charts saying, hey, this makes sense. This is going to go parabolic. So do we see it happen? He says AVAX is going to go to about $382 by 2025. And he's looking at Fibonacci, all this technical analysis, mojo, wojo. You decide where you want to fit in with all this stuff. I think it is interesting. He is saying accumulate this shit, put it in your pocket. It is on my list. I am not doubling down saying it is. I don't know. That would be great. It is, you know what? And let's just double check. So do we have it? There we go. So it is on my short list. These are the things that I think are super important. Hey, there you go, Moo Moo the Bull. Nice to see you fucking kicking up some dust. Look at that. Almost everything is down, and just Moo Moo's coming back. Moo Moo's. All right, enough of that. I'm so sorry I just did that. All right, I'm so sorry. Sorry. Okay, next up, let's get into Giga Chad. Oh my goodness. So Warren Buffett, Michael Saylor, these guys have been going at it for the longest time. And I do remember when Warren was like, you are a giga idiot, not a giga Chad. And now Warren seems to be eating his slippers. So MicroStrategy's stock, it has surged 1,000%, motherfuckers, in 4 years. When did it flip the script? When they started adopting Bitcoin as its primary reserve asset. Hey, yo, United States. When did it flip the script? When it reserved Bitcoin as the primary reserve asset. Adopt Bitcoin. Watch Michael Saylor. So we are looking at MicroStrategy versus Berkshire Hathaway. Who won? Michael Saylor crushed it. That's how we do it. Smacking that ass. Critics argue the stock is overvalued, suggesting that shorting it while going Bitcoin as long is what you want to do. I think it's ridiculous. It is just awesome to see. So I have watched Michael Saylor evolve for a long time. And my father was an attorney, and I got into a discussion with him one morning where we were going at it, and he was commenting on how idiotic Michael Saylor was for purchasing Bitcoin, and how he is trashing that company. And MicroStrategy and my father's law firm were in the same city, in the same jury, like very close. So he was in Washington, D.C. and in the surrounding area. So these arguments that I would get in, one, not only did my father hate crypto and not understand it, but anybody that wanted to talk about it, he would come after you. So it was just funny hearing him anytime that MicroStrategy or Bitcoin was down. Like, I would get a phone call and he would read me the article or send me the email saying, hey, did you check your email? Like, this shit's in the shitter. So listen, belief in these things is not easy. It's not. And there are people that are going to want to shake you out of the tree. And they're shaking you out of the tree because they don't believe, or they are devious and really believe. Either way, just understand, find some things. Don't think of where we are today. Think to yourself, where will we be 10 years from now, right? Just do a quick flyby. What do you think your mean of communication will be? Is it still going to be a cell phone held to your ear? Is AR, VR going to be here? Are you going to go to school in a classroom with 80 other kids and a teacher that doesn't give a shit about you and a bunch of kids that don't want to be there? Is there going to be another way? Are you going to get your driver's license the minute you turn 16, right? These things that have been rites of passage in the past, they may not be anywhere in our future. So think about how digital things will become. Office spaces around the world, are those going to get repopulated with office workers who are going to spend 45 minutes to an hour and a half in traffic each way to go to a job for 8 hours? So now an 8-hour job turns into a 13-hour day. Whoa, if we just stayed home, that 8 hours could actually be 10 hours of pure productivity. We'll take that. With cost savings, no, I mean, fuck, I don't want to get into it, but don't think of today. Think of 10 years from now. Everything needs to be future forward. Everything, every decision you make, every thought you have, okay? So Warren Buffett, you know, the older you get immune to change. You no longer want to take it in. You're tired, right? Did that happen to Warren Buffett? And it's almost like it's almost like Jake Paul wanting to take out Mike Tyson. Is it necessary? No, it's not. Let Jake be Jake, let Mike be Mike. Warren, you've been retired. Michael Saylor, welcome to the arena. That's how simple it is. Next up, we have crypto startups around the world are just crack-a-lacking. Even with the market down, the fucking blockchain is exploding. Crypto startups attracted about $2.7 billion in Q2 of 2024, funding across 503 deals, a 2% rise in investments despite fewer deals. So we're getting less deals, but better, smarter deals because people are understanding what they want. The user experience is getting outlined. We had Vitalik yesterday talk about new ways to secure your wallet and your assets, which he believes is the #1 user experience and user interface problem in the space. If we can find community ways to solve these giant problems, we win, which is another testament to why I want you to vote for people that are pro-crypto and get them in the fucking government. We want forward thinkers making decisions about everything because they do things understanding with a love of the problem, not the solution. It is community-based. They iterate on things. If the community doesn't want it to move forward, it doesn't. It is a new way to do things. And if we can bring these things to the government, we are all going to win. Next up, we have Caleb. He is another analyst that I follow. He is looking at some critical things on the Bitcoin. If we drop below the 200-day moving average, I don't know. Yeah. All kinds of shit's going on. We could go up, we could go down. Everybody uses the Fibonacci extension method, which could boost other major cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and Solana. He's saying if this EMA pays out, he is saying we're looking at $175,000 for BTC. Now, again, I am cautious on this. And why do I say I'm cautious on this? Now, I may get caught with my pants down, but I have several friends that ask me when, how, what are we doing with crypto? And in my view, we are playing the meme coin super cycle at the moment. And we are going to do it until a certain date, at which point we are going to remove everything from this super cycle and it all goes into Bitcoin for the long term. Now, You want the dates? Tune into the Substack, do some things. But there is a play here, meaning I believe assets in the meme coin world are going to generate much greater returns over this cycle. Cycle ends when? Who knows? I do. I have my views, but the idea is to make plays that generate giant returns, then roll the bigger returns into Bitcoin instead of putting your money in Bitcoin now for the long 10-year loop. That's the goal, right? Bitcoin, get a Bitcoin stash and hold it for 10 years. How do we do that? That's what we're going to do. We're going to play the meme coin super cycle. We're going to pull some money out to live on, and we're going to invest in Bitcoin and let that sit for 10 years. And that's the plan. So tune in for lots of that shit because it is all coming down the pike. We have Sheila Warren. She is the CEO of the Crypto Council for Innovation, and she has been discussing potential SEC changes if Kamala Harris wins the presidency. So what's interesting is Warren criticized Gary Gensler. He has politicized the agency. He has speculated on all kinds of shit. People are beginning to speculate on who the replacement might be. Now, what's interesting is, do we see Gensler get shit canned? We know if Trump gets in, he's shit canned on day one. But if Harris wins and Harris goes pro-crypto, is Gary part of the dirty laundry that needs to go out with Elizabeth Warren on day one? If that happens, I will be fucking doing dances in my underwear in the street. So watch for that. Next up, we've had such crazy movement with XRP, right? It was up, it went down like 4%. It's just in and out. Like, I don't know what to think when I look at support levels and the technical analysis. I don't know who's in charge, the bears or the bulls. It is something to watch. Like, the idea would, man, like if you were one of these XRP army people and you were holding this coin through all of this bullshit and just saw that giant rise, like, was that a good time to get out? I don't know. Do we think XRP has long stand footing to continue to be around 2, 3, 4 years from now? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. Next up, we have Shiba Inu. It surged nearly 5%, which is enormous for Shiba. Okay. The volatility highlights the challenges in the space. Everybody is trying to predict the short-term Shiba Inu movements. I say, do not do that. Why are you predicting short-term movements with a coin like Shiba Inu? If you want to predict short-term movements, go to absolute fringe meme coins and play the game, right? There are gains to be made. There's also things that are less risky, which is what I'm trying to do, and conservatively play. I'm trying to conservatively play punk rock music, in essence, is what I'm trying to do. So just keep that in your caboodle. Next up, this is super interesting. So if you guys have been trading on Ethereum, if you remember back in the heyday, there were days where the gas fees were like 253 gwei. We're talking thousands of dollars to get a transaction through, but people were doing it because there was demand at the time. And if that flowed into your thought process of your investment schedule, great. And you know, it's interesting looking back, there were so many of us that believed that Ethereum was the only lane to be in for digital art. And all of us brainwashed each other into believing it was smart to pay these exorbitant gas fees, while these same people were saying Solana is for the poor because they pay no gas fees, no transaction fees. Yo, we'll pay $2,000 in a gas fee. You guys are paying no gas fees and you're for the poor. There used to be posts on the timeline saying, I will pay $80 in gas for an NFT, but I won't drive 20 miles to the Chick-fil-A because it's too much gas, right? Like, that was the mindset. Like, this Ethereum gas is the answer. So we are running into the reverse aspect. So with dang sharding, blobs, all of these magical things that have been instituted to make DeFi more digestible for the growing community, we have brought the gas fees dramatically down on Ethereum. And we are now kind of learning and understanding that maybe the gas fees coming down dramatically is not great for this ecosystem, right? We don't have to duplicate what Solana's doing. Exorbitant gas fees are ridiculous, but there has to be a medium. I think we may have gone below where we needed to go. We need to still give incentive to people that run the network. So one of the things that's happening is the gas fees have actually plummeted. So to 0.8 GUI following the Denkin upgrade, now challenging its deflationary narrative. So I wrote about this kind of in more detail in my Substack, but it just presents an unintended narrative that is worth investigating when we look at Ethereum and where it might be going. You guys stay interesting, my friends. I hope you enjoy all the things. If you are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack. Boom.